What is going on, YouTube? BCD here, back with another quick video, and today we're going to be talking about a lot about Microsoft. But first thing I want to talk about with Microsoft is the Game Pass getting Outriders on April 1st. This is pretty huge, actually. This is another third party being added to this service that wouldn't have been there otherwise. And I feel like it's a weird type of combination of this happening. I'm not sure if Destiny 2 was always destined to be in Game Pass, like Beyond Light, just like Outriders was. But I feel like pre-order sales and stuff like that kind of goes into a factor. And then that's when they kind of get the initial price of how much they're going to charge. That's just my thoughts, but it's kind of followed that same way. Where Destiny 2 Beyond Light was out for a while, it had its pre-orders, it didn't have its pre-orders, and then Game Pass kind of approached them, probably looking like, look at the numbers y'all got over here on Xbox, ain't doing so hot. Maybe we can get this in Game Pass for a price. I feel like that's the same thing that happened with Outriders. I think a lot of people played it, enjoyed it, but they weren't probably going to pre-order, and that's what kind of happened. And they gave it a little bit of breathing time, and then lo and behold, it's in Game Pass. So very interesting tactic, but that's kind of what I want to go over today, is just Game Pass and the future of Microsoft kind of being based around this service now. But before we do that, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and especially if you enjoy the video. Moving into basically my talking points today. First off, Game Pass is being leveraged now as this kind of Netflix subscription service, and it's working well. They are trying to incorporate that into the business model, and I kind of talked about this in a few previous videos, but I want to kind of go deeper into that, the subscription mindset. You know, how the HBO Max is kind of getting on board. You know, these companies are trying to establish themselves with these subscriptions because they know the future of pretty much anybody buying anything. The technology is going to become too expensive. Stuff is going to start to become way more expensive than people can afford. In order to get in everyone's pockets and be those money grubby people they want to be, they have to figure out a way to make the price cheaper and still hit the masses. So subscriptions is the most logical way to do that. Netflix has done that. There's no way we could all purchase a server with that amount of content and then allow that stuff to be rebuilt and built out over time as Netflix has done. So what they do is they license out the ability for you to watch these things and the ability for you to see it, but you never own anything. That's the same thing kind of with Xbox Game Pass. The cute thing about that, I'm gonna call it cute because you can get like a 10% discount on certain things. They give you the ability for buying into the subscription to buy the content that's there. So that's, in my eyes, it's cute. It's not going to be something that a lot of people do because the point of Game Pass is to save money, not spend money. So if you're trying to save, and that is the identity of the actual program or service, why go on the program or service to buy said games? It's really a business model that's going to continue to grow as more and more people buy into it. The more subscriptions they have, the easier it is to get bigger and bigger companies to buy into it. Then the more money they kind of make. Wheel goes around and round and round. Now, you know, everybody knows that. So with that being said, think of Game Pass as like the gateway drug. It really is. It's just a gateway. It's a gateway. I wouldn't call it a drug because it's not addiction or anything like that, but it's a gateway into the ecosystem of Xbox. And once you're into that ecosystem, more than likely you're not going to leave because there's so much benefits that you get with that. And they're trying to tap into that unspoken Apple ecosystem. Apple has done a really good job of making it hard for you to leave once you're in it. And I feel as these subscriptions continue and things get easier and easier, and you start losing a lot more of the benefits that you used to have, and they start to incorporate that into that subscription, you're going to see more and more people have to, give up those. They have to deal with the problems that come along with it. And that's just the philosophy of behind you give something away for free, you hook them and make sure that they feel like that's something that they need in the future, and you kind of do the bait and switch. I hope it's no bait and switch. I hope there's not like a insane price hike. I hope there isn't like a crazy thing where stuff becomes more and more expensive to the point where people can't purchase it outright on their own. I hope that it goes into a free model where games start to diminish in quality and things become really, really bad. I hope none of this stuff happens. But me being a realist and understanding where the future is headed and how advertisement runs the world at this point, and if you're not advertising right, you're not doing something right. If you're really giving away things that could be monetized, you're looked at in a bad light. And even when you try to get it right and do the right thing, you still end up getting hurt by being money hungry. I'm looking at you, Cyberpunk. So there's a lot to take in when it comes to this. Obviously, this is just about Outriders, and I'm going way too deep than what you guys probably expected from this video. But I just want people to start realizing like the philosophy behind these subscriptions and how they kind of little by little you'll start to see things, fall to the wayside or become less important, and more things become to the forefront. You're going to start seeing a lot more about data usage. You're going to see a lot more about, it's just the way you think about gaming is not going to be the same. And I think Microsoft is doing a great job of getting people prepared and also trying to cater it in slowly versus trying to shove it down your throat, kind of like Sony. Pause on that throat, but shove it down your just try to make you change like Sony did with the whole price hike, and with the from going from $59.99 to $69.99. In the long run, you're probably going to want that type of model where it goes up in increments versus the Game Pass model. But we'll see. I think Microsoft has their head on straight. They realize when they mess up with the whole Xbox Live Gold, they kind of switched it back. But I just want to talk about Game Pass and how I see it shaping the future. I think it's going to be a great thing for a period of time. But all great things come to an end. I can't see what's happening after subscription services, but I can see the Netflix effect to video games where the mediocrity becomes superior because it's free. And the budgets and the prices that we used to pay to have great games is becoming lackluster. Now, you got HBO Max, you got companies like that where they put big money behind their movies. And it's scary hours for Netflix. So if you're looking at it like that, and you're looking at it as Sony never going to stop being relentless when it comes to trying to crush Microsoft, I think that sharpens the blades and it makes it a lot more compelling. It doesn't make it a one-sided fight anymore. It makes it where it feels as if Sony might get complacent and they need to kick in the butt. Just like Microsoft might get complacent. So I think it's going to balance out well where this Game Pass subscription service isn't going to break the mold of how we look at the gaming industry. But just pay attention, people. Don't pay attention. Just pay attention. I think it's great TV. But that's pretty much it. It's a big rant. I kind of want to just open a discussion. I pretty much love discussion. So if you guys have any thoughts or comments about Game Pass, whether you love it, hate it, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be down there checking for that type of stuff. And again, if you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.